Welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long while. It's been a while since I played WoW actually, and since I'm in lockdown, in quarantine, as is everyone I know, since Corona is out there wreaking havoc, I figured, well, decided to hop into WoW Classic, which is actually over 6 months old now, and I haven't even tried it yet. Well, I did try during the PTR, like there was a week of beta and it was super fun, but then I had to quit the game. Anyway, so why World of Warcraft and why Classic? Well, World of Warcraft because there's so much stuff in here. I mean, you can spend hours and hours in here, and for me it's basically, well, it's a second home coming here. And Classic, since well, if you've seen my previous videos, then you know that I've been trying to recreate this feeling pretty much ever since the last, well, I think ever since Legion, basically. And now Classic is just doing that for me, giving you that hard mode, hardcore version of the game with very slow progression, where you have to go through all the quests, read the texts, and basically play the game as it was designed, as it was meant to be played and progressed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I bought every expansion, but in the end, the basic part, the vanilla, which I got into 2005, almost 2006, I mean, the minute it got to my country, that was the real thing. I mean, you could just get lost in here for ages. You wouldn't have arrows showing you where your quests go, and you wouldn't have help, and you wouldn't have shitload of gold from your main, and you would just have to slowly grind through this world. And I think that's the way to really know it and see it, and stop and smell the digital flowers. So for this instance, I left the Horde and went back to Alliance and rolled a Dwarf Hunter, which was my original main in vanilla. And I had no idea what I was doing back then, and I thought it would be fun to kind of reminisce and see Karanos again and see Ironforge again through these eyes. And honestly, I forgot everything, and I'm really enjoying this. So let's talk a little bit about the, let's say, the first portion of the game. I'm level 12 now, so I'll give you a quick recap. You basically start in Coldridge Valley, level 1, with no gear and a gun, and +5 to gun skills, since, well, since you're a dwarf. Where's my gun skills? Yeah, 65 out of 60. And, well, took the time, killed everything there, went through the caves, did all the quests, had tons of fun, and basically ended up with mostly gray gear. And that's how you're supposed to progress through that part. So take your time, do the starter zone, learn your character, understand it, understand how it works, understand the mechanics. And I think that if you progress slowly and take your while, take your time, killing animals, killing trolls back there, whatever you have to, trying not to get into fights with two monsters because you're, well, too squishy to, and you don't have enough damage to, and you still don't have a pet until level 10, but I'll get back to that in a minute. I think that really teaches you how this character was originally designed. So hunters are ranged and melee in this version, in vanilla / classic, meaning your ranged attacks are 8 yards to 35 yards, which means that once whatever it is you're hitting gets close enough to you, you have to start hitting it with melee attacks. You basically start with auto shot, auto attack, and raptor strike, which is a close range melee attack. You start with an axe, single-handed axe, and a rifle and some shots. Take your time, kill animals, find some loot. Don't spend any of the silver that you get, because trust me, it's hard to get money in this version of the game, and you can send money from your main to your new leveling character. You will need the money for your class trainer, in your case the hunter trainer. Here it's Griff Wildheart. Back in Coleridge Valley it's inside the keep here, and it's about a silver, then 2 silver per skill, and you are gonna need that money. So don't buy any gear. Once you get out of that Coleridge starting zone through the tunnel and get into Dunmorrow, right? Yeah, thought I forgot it. Into Dunmorrow, and on your way to Karanos, then around here you can buy a new gun. You could do that. It will be easier to kill some packs with this new gun, but that's pretty much all you want to spend your money on. Keep all your money for buying skills, because that will really help you progress through the game. Let's talk a little bit about abilities and rotations, because you want to be first efficient with your skills and your mana, because there's not a lot of it, and you actually have to sit down and drink water and eat to regain mana and health. Also, you want to be as high DPS as you can before you get to melee range, because it takes a while to find weapons that are actually, well, this one I bought on auction, this one I made, but it takes a while to get weapons which will actually let you kill monsters in melee range. And in any case, that's not what you want to do as a hunter. So your first attack, your first range attack that you will get in the starter zone is the Serpent Sting, which is basically damage over time. Stings the target, causing 40 nature damage over 15 seconds. As you can see, it has no impact damage. Well, it does have the white impact damage from your gun, but that's about it. And you don't want to spam this. You want to tick it once on the target and let it tick its nature damage as you're slowly kiting him or just shooting him with auto attack. At some point he'll get close enough, and then you'll have to move to Raptor Strike or just a regular auto melee attack, because you don't want to spend the mana. And trust me, you'll have a hard time even finding refreshing water in that starter zone. So be conservative with your mana. Later on you will get Arcane Shot, which now I'm using rank 1 for some reason. I thought I just bought the new one. Oh no, I didn't buy it. I don't have enough silver for that. Anyway, you will get Arcane Shot, which is an instant magic strike, which means it's not a physical strike like your auto attacks or your melee attacks. And it has a 6-second cooldown, so this will change your rotation a little bit. You will want to start with the Serpent Sting, then move on to Arcane Shot. Try to kite the creature, well, as far as you can, if you can manage to get another Arcane Shot in, but don't just run around, because then you won't be auto-shotting. You need to be standing still to auto-shot. Later on you will get Hunter's Mark and better Raptor Strike and Concussive Shot, which slows down the target. Basically you can start your openers with this, get your Serpent Sting on, then get your Arcane Shots, and by the time the creature is near you, he'll be dead before he's in melee range. This is before you have a pet. I'll talk about the pet in a minute. The other way you can do it is start with a hunter's mark. Again, if you have it, starts with a serpent sting, arcane shot, run away, another arcane shot, and then some auto shots. Well, I find both work. It really depends if you want to be standing still. If there are a lot of creatures running around, you can use your track beasts, which you get I think at level 4 or something like that. Shows you how many creatures are around you. Some of them will attack you automatically, the ones that show red. And you do want to be you do want to choose whether you're moving away or just standing still and letting your auto shot kill it, because basically auto shot is most of your damage at this point. So try to use it wisely. Once you're in this, once you're in Dunmore, which is basically the first real area of Azeroth that you explore, try to make your way through Ironforge. You'll probably get a quest or two in Koranos to go there anyway and get some stuff. And you will have to pick up, well, you don't have to, but you will want to pick up some crafting and gathering skills. And as a dwarf and as a hunter and as someone who's basically going to solo this as much as I can, I decided to take mining and engineering, since mining is a skill nice to have if you want to kind of start selling. Well, I probably sold everything. Some copper bars, copper ore, just at the beginning to get some basic silver to get you around to get your skills. And engineering, in my opinion, synergizes really nicely with a hunter. As you can see, you can make rifles and shots and bombs that stun enemies. Another nice form of CC to get into range for range attacks. So that's just my opinion. You could go with skinning and leatherworking, which will also be nice until level 40, because you can wear just leather armor, cloth and leather, and at level 40 you can start wearing mail. So then you'll either have to give them up or keep making leather and selling leather and just buying your mail. Your choice. There's a market for both. Again, when I said there's a market, people here are just like you. They have like 1.5 silver at level 12, so don't expect gold and gold to kind of pour on you from auction house. So this is part of the slow progression. To me, this is part of the fun and part of the how hard this game is, and you know, it makes you stop and kind of loot food crates, and I think this kind of helps you move around the game and understand it better, and you're not just swooshing through it just to get to end game, because the end game here is interesting, but well, I think the game itself here is just as amazing, and you should really take the time and enjoy it. A couple things about this first area. Around here in Brenwall village there's another quest hub. Here in the middle there's an elite wolf, which I managed to kill just when I had the pet. Before that, kind of killed me every time. Around here there's some radioactive gnomes, and there's another elite here that you can kite and kill. Some trolls, and basically this whole area is pretty much the same level. This is around level 10. This is so kind of start just doing the quests, going around. They'll pretty much lead you to where you need to go. There are some hidden quests here in the middle. There's this guy that wants you to kill, kind of find his meat locker. It's very easy as a hunter, only once you get a pet, so take the time, do that. This is Normagun, obviously very high level for you right now, but yeah, go just look at it if you want. Yeah, makes you remember if you played vanilla, or well, don't go in there if you don't know what it is. It's a high level instance where you need to go in as a group. Make sure you go to Ironforge, the home city of the dwarves. Lots of stuff here, and get some skills, get cooking, get fishing, get a profession, start grinding, you know, start farming leather or flowers or minerals, whatever you choose, and selling them at the auction house, and maybe leveling a couple things from your gear. At level 10 you will be given a quest to lure some pets with well, the icon looks like this. It's going to be a stick that tames beasts, and you'll have to go and get a large boar. Make sure you get the right boar, because there are several types. And you'll need to get an ice claw bear and a snow leopard. Well, they're all around here. You tame each one, come back. I think when I tamed the ice claw is when I did the quest with a troll here. Not the troll, the elite. Well, I don't remember what it is. So kind of it fades after a couple minutes, so don't walk around with it too long enjoying your pet. Once you're done here, they'll send you to Ironforge to learn how to tame animals, and then you'll get the skill and you'll be able to go and choose your pet. And once you have a pet, this is really a game changer. Personally, I chose a cat since they're highest damage, I think, in the game. You could choose a bear and you can stable it at the stable master. Don't have enough silver to do that at this moment. But you could take a bear. Bears can take a bit more of a beating, but I don't know. Always liked cats. Anyway, this is pretty much the interesting parts of this first, I think, 1 to 12. Start here, take your time, learn the character, move around back to Dunmorrow, pick up the quests, kill some elites, go to Ironforge, discover the auction house, sell some shit, buy some shit, and then go on to your next adventures. Let me know what you think in the comments. If there's anything you want me to kind of take the time with, show some rotations, explain some abilities, talk about ability trees, which I haven't talked about yet, let me know. We'll get back to that in the next episode. See y'all!